Good day to you, one and all. It is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again. First of all, let me apologise for my barnet. I have pillow hair because I've just woken up, and you're probably asking yourself, how comes he's dressed up like one of them Herberts from a 90s boy band? Well, it's just the way the chips fell this morning. I wore, I thought I was going to be doing Bruce Willis, Die Hard, but in the end it's just some Herbert from a 90s boy band. I need your help today. I want you to answer a question on my behalf. If you're on social media, you'll have seen it all the time. It's knocking young artists down, and I'd like to ask you, why is it that we do this? Why do we as a people or as a population or as a collective that uses the internet, why do we do that? Ugh. Justin Hawkins rides again. Did you like the affectation? Again. That was more like 90s, certain area of the 90s Britpops that were crooning. But anyway, right, so the Ivors Nevela Awards, and in my view, they are the most important award that you can bestow upon a songwriter. It's the only one that ever really mattered to me. Anyway, they were held in London on Thursday, and among the nominees for the Rising Star Award was Lola Young, and she won. Amazing. Here we go. Here's her speech at the Ivors.
Writing songs for me isn't a job. It's never been a job or a chore, and it will never be. Something inside me just needs to do it, to make sense of things I don't understand yet, to process my pain, my thoughts, my feelings. And in moments where I really don't know who the I am, I write so I can remember. Thank you so much, because even though I did not expect this in any way, or nor did I ever write songs with any expectation, validation helps to keep me going and helps me to continue to believe myself as a person, as a woman, a songwriter, and as an artist. And for anyone who, like me, who at 10 years old sat in their bedroom with their curtains drawn, writing sad poetry and melodies and strumming badly on the guitar, you'll know, just as much as I do, that this is more than a job for us.
Oh, that's brilliant. What a great speech. It's great to hear her speak in that way as well, because you can really tell that, like, I've seen some footage of Lola Young when she was younger, and I think she was sort of presenting as a more sophisticated cursive singer who was doing kind of it was presented in a much more sort of, and I use this in inverted commas, elegant way, and then it feels like before she had her hits and became huge, I think she's kind of like abandoned all of that, and you can tell by the way she speaks there that that's just the way she sings as well. So it's not cursive, it's kind of like, it's really an authentic, I think her voice is really authentic to the way she speaks, actually. That was really good. I was quite moved by that speech, actually. I enjoyed that. The Ivors can be quite a dry, it can be quite a dry ceremony as well. There's a lot less kind of, bangs and whistles and production involved with it. It really is just an excellent panel that curates the winners carefully, and I've always thought that the right people win every time, and this is no exception. So well done, Lola, first of all. I have reviewed Lola on here before for her single Messy, which went viral and has been streamed over 500 million times on Spotify alone. Messy wasn't her first foray into music, of course. She's been performing since 2018, that's 7 years, and signed with Island Records a year later. Anyway, aside from claims of overnight success, which is obviously untrue and never is true, she's also been called an industry plant. What the fuck does that even mean? Of course, the industry is looking to plant people in there that they can that they can make money out of. What does that even mean? An industry plant, I think there's a suspicion that somebody nefarious like Simon Cowell has gone, what we need is a woman who speaks in that particular way and also sings in that way, and then she'll win everything and sell all of the records. Ridiculous.
Something that happens, I swear, anytime like an artist blows up, the term industry plant gets thrown around. And obviously people have no idea.
I love the disgust that she rejects industry plant with.
Have no idea that you've been working since 2019. How do you feel about that term?
No, they don't know. Otherwise, I wouldn't be saying that. I think it's just a stupid term. Like, I think there are cases of industry plants, but like, so what? It doesn't mean they're not talented. It doesn't take away from anything. Some people were saying I'm a nepo baby because my great aunt wrote the Gruffalo.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
I'm not a nepo baby. I'm not an industry plant. There we go. I said it, cleared it up for all you losers that want to just comment rubbish on the internet. Just find something better to do. You're sad, you're lonely. Like, you know what I mean? I think also the thing is that
I love listening to her talk. She's got this beautiful voice. I mean, I'm glad she's a singer because that'd be a waste of that timbre.
Industry plant is just a term for other artists and other people to use who just don't really know what they're doing in life and feel upset that someone else is like having their moment. And if you are an industry plant, you're not going to have your moment for that long, unfortunately, independently. And maybe sometimes you will. Like, it doesn't matter.
No, I don't agree with that. I think industry plants have longevity because the what makes you a successful industry plant is your ability to be molded by the zeitgeist, you know. So you wait for the zeitgeist to present itself, and then you do something that's pretty similar to it, and you keep changing. But Lola Young is way too spiky to be an industry plant. She's got more punk in her than a lot of the punk bands that call themselves punk bands, don't you think? I mean, she's really cool.
I also feel like people have this false idea that because you went to the Brit school, that the Brit school just like churns out stars left, right, and centre.
Yeah, and they don't. Like, and also it's a normal school. I went to like really like quite a rough school before that.
Me and Lola Young are rough school twins. Yay! My school was the one that Gene Simmons chose as an example of a rough school when he made his program about trying to find kids in schools that were rock stars, potentially. So he chose my school as the rough one and some public, boarding school or something for the other one. I didn't watch it. I had better things to do. I was being a rock star.
You have to audition to get in. Like, these still things are like, whatever.
Well, anyway, the hate doesn't stop there. In March, Lola took to TikTok again after her reaction to losing Brit Awards went viral, along with accusations of her being a bad loser. Do you know who makes a good loser? A loser. You know who makes a bad loser? A fucking winner. That's it. Nobody likes losing. It's called a competition. That's what it's all about.
Pretty much, the Brits was incredible. I had the best time. I was just happy to be there. And you know what? It's funny because I came home and I read the comments underneath the videos and I just felt absolute shit.
Oh, come on. Let's never read the comments. I do because I'm 50 and I couldn't give a fuck. But when you're young and vulnerable and you've just experienced like defeat, don't go looking at the comments, Lola. Come on. You know you're better than that.
It's not easy. And this industry and this fucking fickle internet is not easy.
The internet is a fickle mistress. They used to say that about a lot of things, but I think the internet is probably the worst in that respect.
And you know what? The Brits bloody brings out the absolute worst kind of keyboard warriors and all those events like that. At least you're getting hate. They're getting nothing.
Precisely. So that's a really good point. But I think for me, like... I looked at something and somebody talks about me being a bad loser. I am a bad loser. I'm a terrible loser. It's because I fucking go out to win, and if in the instances when that doesn't work out, I don't take it well because I'm fucking competitive. It's like I think I've said this to, as I was saying, and I'm just about to drop a name here. As I said to Lady Gaga one time, I feel like the music experience is not much different to being a professional athlete. I mean, you've got to keep yourself fit. You've got to put yourself in competition with people who are better than you. You've got to work at the limits of your ability just to be able to fucking make any impact at all. And so if you're very, very close to winning something and then you don't react to it properly, fucking right. We're all here to win. It's a noble profession and it's a wonderful art form, the art form that all others strive to be, but it's fucking hard. It's hard work and I think it's a hustle, you've got to really put yourself out there. Anyway, in the run up to Thursday's Ivors, Lola Young released a new single called One Thing.
Oh hi, I want to take you on a little ride.
Once again, there was criticism for its theme, for Lola as an artist, accusations of being a one-hit wonder and more personal insults. Ugh. Okay, so let's have a look at her reaction to that stuff.
I think a lot of the time on the internet, people don't like confidence. People don't like confidence in real life because it brings out something in them and pulls their own insecurities to the surface.
Oh, that's an interesting perspective. I think if you talk to anybody, it's like, what do you like in a partner? Confidence. But what do you like in an artist? Humility. Is there a way of combining them? Yeah, probably. But that's a tough tightrope, I reckon.
And I do struggle a bit with the internet and social media. Not the internet. The internet is the wrong word. I'm not grandma. But just with the feelings that it can evoke in other people and trying to ignore that as a person can be really difficult. As an artist, as someone who is in the public eye to a certain degree.
But a message to anyone else who's in the public eye: keep doing you, keep being yourself, and that's also a message that I need to take, a piece of advice I need to take for myself. But thank you to everyone who's given One Thing the love that I feel like it deserves. I love the song, but I'm very excited for this next album where I talk about things that I have not spoken about yet publicly, and I'm very excited to share with you, and some deep things that some healing I've been doing internally and externally. Well, not really externally, but anyway, because the lipstick. Clearly not externally, because I look like a fucking mess. Anyway, good night, enjoy the song. It's a powerful song that talks about, like, you know, divine feminine energy.
Okay, that's really cool. So, oh god, okay. There was the top comments, interestingly, on Lola's TikTok post were these. Naz said, "Ignore the nice comments," and then Bella says, "I haven't seen any positive comments about it." Pia says, "The hate is forced. Oh my god, the song is fire." Okay, so that's a good one. Nepo Baby Auntie will be disappointed in that song. Fuck off. Anyway, so what do you think? Is any of it warranted? I mean, is this another one of those situations where we're looking at a young woman doing exciting stuff, speaking, and it's relatable as well. It's like some of the most relatable lyricisms I've heard in modern music. It's really, and it's edgy as well. You know, it's like it's proper. If a punk band was singing the stuff that she was doing, we'd all be going, "Oh yeah, punk's back! Thank fuck for that!" You know. I think she's awesome. I really do, and I don't think any of this is warranted. I hate this culture that we have, especially in the UK, where like you look at somebody and you think, hang on a minute, they're not coping very well. I wonder how this is going to play out. It's such a sort of, I don't know, there's something really ugly and tabloidy about that, just waiting for someone to sort of crumble under the weight of, you know, of having polarized people just by being part of the zeitgeist, and then the people who are anti it kind of, I don't know. I feel really sorry for her if she has to endure any of that stuff. It'd be great to just say, get off your phone, you know, don't look at it. Be a friend to Lola Young. Just stop being a c***, basically. That's more or less it, isn't it? But is it harder for anyone to succeed in the music industry when so many deserving artists go unnoticed? And does that lead to resentment now? I mean, we always try and, like, on this channel, sometimes we'll sort of cover something that hasn't had as many clicks as the things that the algorithm would usually encourage us to do, so that, you know, and we're trying to do something different with this channel. But, you know, whenever we cover anything that isn't going to be huge or is huge already, not many people watch it really. So I don't know what the answer is. I think we have to be nicer to each other, because this is a young woman dealing with some stuff and doing it, I think, doing it properly. I really admire her as an artist, and I think she's obviously a really cool person who's struggling, and it's our fault that she's struggling. So let me know what you think in the comment section there. Why can't we just stop being twats? Ja, ja. I was singing a semitone out from the note itself. Justin Hawkins writes again. See? Gentle. All right. I'm going to go and do some rapping, or whatever it is that people in the 90s used to do when they wore this outfit. Or some garden work. Don't know yet. But anyway, have a lovely day, and I'll catch you cats on the ice. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, watch one of these two videos, and let's be nice. Come on, guys, let's do it. See you on the ice. Okay.